through miles of blame. The ghost of my choices still whisper my name. The road remembers the lies I told. Each stone I step feels like a sin grown old. My hands are cracked from digging graves I made, burying pieces of myself I betrayed. But somewhere in the dust and dark I still hear a beat gravel in my heart. The whiskey burned but it never cleansed. The mirror stared back, no God, no friend. Redemption in a sky still blue. But even when the dawn came slow, the weight inside refused to go. I ain't a saint, but I still fight through broken dreams and sleepless nights. If pain's the price to stay alive, then I'll bleed till I survive. I got gravel in my heart, fire in my veins, thunder in my soul that screams through the rain. Every scar road I walk alone, every loss a seed that's grown. I ain't clean, but I ain't blind. There's still a flicker I can't find, buried deep beneath the scars. Gravel in my heart. I've seen good men fall for less, buried under their own regrets. But I keep walking mile by mile, haunted by her voice and smile. The wind still hums a broken song about the right I turned to wrong. And though the night pulls me apart, I keep that gravel in my heart. If mercy's lost and hope is small, then let this pain redeem it all. I got gravel in my heart, fire in my veins, thunder in my soul that screams through the rain. Every scar road I walked alone, every loss a seed that's grown. I ain't clean, but I ain't blind. There's still a flicker I can find, buried deep beneath the scars. Gravel in my heart. The road don't end, it only bends. Each wound of truth the fire defends. If love was real, it left a mark, etched in stone, carved in dark. Gravel in my heart, but I still breathe. The storm can rage, but it won't unweave. Every mile's a prayer I start, every pain a beating part. So let the thunder tear apart, I'll still stand with gravel in my heart. I walked away from the city lights, from the echoes of my reckless nights. The noise was loud, but my heart was numb. I couldn't tell where I'd come from. So I drove until the asphalt bled, till the stars whispered what words never said. I found a place where nothing knows, that's where the silence grows. There's a field where the shadows bend, no path to home, no light to fend. The air is it's holding secrets the lost survive. I left my name carved on the stone to remind myself I'm not alone. And in that hush, the truth arose. That's where the silence grows. I used to fear the quiet dark. Now it's where I hear my heart. Where the silence grows, I'll find my soul. No need for words, no need for control. Just the wind, the dust, and a fading star, healing the man I broke so far. I ain't running, I ain't lost. I'm just learning what pain costs. In the stillness, mercy flows. Where the silence grows. Can shout, but I won't reply. I've learned to listen to the sky. In every pause there's something said, in every wound something not dead. I made peace with the echoes gone. Now the quiet sings me home. Beneath the moon's forgiving glow, that's where the silence grows. I used to beg for noise to stay. Now I thank the dark each day. Where the silence grows, I find my soul. No need for words, no need for control. Just the wind, the dust, and a fading star, healing the man I broke so far. I ain't running, I ain't lost. I'm just learning what pain costs. In the stillness, mercy flows. Where the silence grows. No preacher's words, no choir sound, just peace I thought I'd never found. The earth still hums, the night still knows. Where the silence grows. Where the silence grows, I lay my sins. Let the dust forgive what's been. The wind still hums through broken bones, but somehow I don't feel alone. I found grace the darkness shows. Where the silence grows. Where the silence grows. Her coat still hangs by the old oak door. Her scent still sleeps on the hardwood floor. Every sunrise pulls me through, but each dawn still whispers she's gone too soon. I burned her letters one by one, but the ashes spell the things I've done. You can't erase what love has wept, the weight of the name she left. disappear midair. I walk the aisle where she once dreamed. The soul remembers what it's seen. The wind repeats what I can't forget. The weight of the name she left. Her name still bleeds beneath my skin. A wound that never learns to mend. The weight of the name she left behind still calls the silence in my mind. No cross, no grave, no final breath can bury love or hide regret. I try to live, but I'm half bereft, crushed by the name she left. The porch light burns through every storm, like it's still waiting for her form. The neighbors talk, but they don't know how heavy love turns when it won't let go. I whisper prayers into the rain, but every drop just says her name. And even God seems to confess he knows the name she left. Her name still bleeds beneath my skin, a wound that never learns to mend. The weight of the name she left behind still carves a silence in my mind. No cross, no grave, no final breath can bury love or hide regret. I try to live, but I'm half bereft, crushed by the name she left. I wrote her name upon the sky. It felt like rain before my eyes. The truth is hard, but I've been blessed to have been loved before the rest. The weight of the name she left behind still echoes through this heart of mine. No stone, no prayer, no quiet rest can cleanse the mark she carved in my chest. I keep walking, I keep bereft, still bearing the name she left. There's a creek beneath my father's barn, still whispering through the roots and home. I used to play there barefoot a while, with muddy knees and a dreamer's smile. He'd sit and hum a gospel tune while the sun sank slow and the wind changed soon. Now all that's left is dust and yarn and the creek beneath my father's barn. The rafters creak like they remember every laugh from long Decembers. The paint's long gone, the wood's gone gray, but that old creek still finds its way. It hums a hymn of sweat and bone, of every seed my father sown. It sings a love, a work of scars, the creek beneath my father's barn. Some things die, but they don't fade. They live in the rivers our hearts have made. Down where the water knows my name, it calls me back through joy and pain. No matter how far the years may run, it still remembers where I'm from. Through time and loss, through calm and storm, flows the creek beneath my father's barn. I kneeled there once when he was gone, let the water wash my sorrow on. The world had changed, but that sound stayed true, a voice that whispered, son, I'm with you. And I swear when I hear that stream, it turns my grief to quiet dreams. It carries my blood, my roots, my calm, the creek beneath my father's barn. Some things die, but they don't fade. They live in the rivers our hearts have made. Down where the water knows my name, it calls me back through joy and pain. No matter how far the years may run, it still remembers where I'm from. Through time and loss, through calm and storm, flows the creek beneath my father's barn. The floorboards groan like they might break, but some things time can't overtake. His voice still lives in every chord, like water praying to the Lord. Down where the water knows my name, it calls me softly all the same. I see his hands, I feel his charm, in the creek beneath my father's barn. And when I go, when life is gone, bury me there where the water runs on. The night was cold, the fields were wide. I stood alone where dreams had died. The echoes called across the plains like ghosts that whispered through the rain. Her laughter brushed the autumn leaves like mercy hidden memories weave. And though she's gone, I've got no choice, the wind still carries her voice. I've heard it soft in Sunday hymns, through chapel doors and lightning rims. I've heard it hum behind the bar in every song on my old guitar. The more I run, the more I find she lingers deep inside my mind. No road can drown that haunting noise, the wind still carries her voice. Some loves don't fade, they bend, they stay. They live in the words we never say. Oh, I swear I hear her in the storm, Curse the breeze for bringing her near, but silence hurts worse than the fear. If pain's the price for love's remains, then let me walk through endless range. 'Cause somewhere deep beyond the noise, the wind still carries her voice. Some loves don't fade, they bend, they stay. They live in the words we never say. Oh, I swear I hear her in the storm, calling my name like she was reborn. Every whisper cuts, every gust destroys. The wind still carries her voice through the dust, through the endless void. The wind still carries her voice. If heaven speaks in thunder's tone, then she's the sound that calls me home. And when I die, let the wind rejoice. It knows the way, it knows her voice. Oh, I swear I hear her in the storm, calling my name like she was reborn. Every whisper cuts, every gust destroys. The wind still carries her voice through the dust, through the endless void. The wind still carries her voice. It's still there by the open door, the jacket you wore when you said no more. The cuffs are torn, the sleeves still smell the smoke and rain and sweet farewell. I couldn't hang it on the wall, can't bury what I still recall. It's more than cloth, it's what we were, a ghost that still wears her. Light flickers, time stands still. That jacket knows what I can't kill. It watched me drink, it watched me pray. It watched my heart decay that day. No cross to mark, no bell was rung. Just that jacket I never hung. And every dawn the silence stings. It's still holding on to things. Maybe love don't die, it hides in the seams between what's real and what we dream. So I left it there where her shadow falls like a monument on these old wood walls. Some nights I swear it breathes her name like a candle flicker in the flame. I never hung it, I never tried. It's where our love refused to die. I tried to move, I tried to heal, but some things time just can't conceal. The scent of rain, the echo's tune, the ghost ghosts that dance beneath the moon. It's not the cloth that breaks my chest, it's knowing I lost what loved me best. Still that coat keeps watch unsung, the jacket I never hung. Maybe love don't die, it hides in the seams between what's real and what we dream. So I left it there where her shadow falls like a monument on these old wood walls. Some nights I swear it breathes her name like a candle flicker in the flame. I never hung it, I never tried. It's where our love refused to die. To say goodbye, but tonight I'll let it stay right where her memory lay. So I left it there where her shadow falls like a monument on these old wood walls. Some nights I swear it breathes her name like a candle flicker in the flame. I never hung it, I never tried. It's where our love refused to die. There's a Bible on my table, pages worn and torn, beside a glass of whiskey from the night I swore I'd mourn. I prayed with trembling hands, I've cursed beneath my breath. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between love and death. The bottle shines on mercy, the book stares back at me. Two worlds that never mix, but both want to set me free. I spilled a little bourbon on the words of ancient grace. It blurred the verse that promised light in a darker place. I said, Lord, I ain't no preacher, but I'm trying to believe. While the ghosts of every wrong I've done refuse to let me leave. The whiskey burns like truth, the Bible smells like rain. I sit between the chapters just to dull the pain. Every sinner's prayer sounds the same, between a shot of guilt and a spark of flame. There's whiskey on the Bible and blood on my soul. I'm half a man, half a story I can't control. Between the pages and the pour, I find my fight. Redemption never comes easy at night. There's whiskey on the Bible, tears on my hand. I'm just another lost and broken man. Preacher said, son, put the bottle down. But he don't know what it's like when the silence comes around. Father's voice echoes from a time long gone. Boy, grace ain't earned, it's passed along. Now I kneel between faith and the bottle's glare, asking if God still listens there. Every sinner's prayer sounds the same, between a shot of guilt and a spark of flame. There's whiskey on the Bible and blood on my soul. I'm half a man, half a story I can't control. Between the pages and the pole, I find my fight. Redemption never comes easy at night. There's whiskey on the Bible, tears on my hand. I'm just another lost and broken man. If I wake to the light and the whiskey runs dry, maybe grace will pour where the bottle lied. Maybe the good Lord don't care where I've been, if he still finds me reaching for him. There's whiskey on the Bible and blood on my soul, between heaven's mercy and the devil's toll. I'm still here fighting, trembling and true, trying to find my way back to you. There's whiskey on the Bible, fire in my chest, and maybe this time I'll find my rest. I'll find my There's a field beyond the river bend, where summer died and hearts don't mend. We carved our names on an old oak tree, swore that love would never flee. But seasons fade and so did we. The grass grew tall where dreams used to be. Now the wind still whispers low, but it's her name that owns the snow. Still rides the amber haze like ghosts of our forgotten days. I see her dress in the evening rain and feel the echo of her pain. The soul remembers what we lost, the bloom we broke, the heavy cost. I kneel down where the story's told, the field where love went cold. I left my heart between the roads, where the sun burns red and the shadow grows. This is a field where love went cold, where fire turned to ashes and the brave turned old. I still hear a voice beneath the sky saying goodbye without goodbye. No stone, no grave, no cross to go, just a field where love went cold. I tried to run, I tried to drink, to drown her ghost before I tank. I tried to run, I tried to drink, to drown her ghost before I sink. But love don't die, it just lies still, waiting for the heart to feel. And every night the thunder moans, a song for hearts turned into stones. I've seen the silence told. In the field where love went cold, I left my heart between the roads, where the sun burns red and the shadow grows. This is a field where love went cold, where fire turned to ashes and the brave turned old. I still hear her voice beneath the sky, saying goodbye without goodbye. No stone, no grave, no cross of gold, just a field where love went cold. I tried to run, I tried to drink, to drown her ghost before I teemed. I sowed it wrong. Too much pride, not enough song. Now the dirt keeps what I can't hold, the field where love went cold. This is a field where love went cold, where fire turned to ashes and the brave turned old. I still hear her voice beneath the sky, saying goodbye without goodbye. No stone, no grave, no cross of gold, just a field where love went cold. I tried to run, I tried to drink, to drown her ghost before I cold. Before I cold. I turned the key and heard that call, same old sound when the road feels rough. The dawn was cold, the sky was gray, another promise slipped away. The seat beside me still half torn, like the life I've carried, tired and worn. I cursed the past beneath my breath, chasing life and running from death. That truck seen fights and love and tears, it's carried hope through all my years. She rode right there, her hand in mine, back when the sun could always shine. Now it's rust and smoke and oil and dust, a rolling tomb of what I trust. The more I turn, the less it starts, like the echo of my broken heart. Some engines die when the soul runs dry. You can't fix a man who won't try. The truck wouldn't start, but maybe that's fine. Maybe the road ahead ain't mine. Sometimes the Lord shuts down the wheels so you can face what the silence reveals. It's not the spark, it's not the part, it's the weight of a weary heart. Yeah. I've patched the leaks, I've changed the oil, still can't mend what life can spoil. The mirrors show who I became, a man of guilt, a man of blame. I thought the road could make me whole, but I drove too far, I lost my soul. Now the truck won't move, won't play its part, like it knows the truth inside my heart. Some engines die when the soul runs dry. You can't fix a man who won't try. The truck wouldn't start, but maybe that's fine. Maybe the road ahead ain't mine. Sometimes the Lord shuts down the wheels so you can face what the silence reveals. It's not the spark, it's not the part, it's the weight of a weary heart. Yeah. just needs to rest. The truck wouldn't start, but maybe that's grace, a way to stop this endless chase. Maybe the road was never far, it's right here where the broken are. It's not the spark, it's not the part, it's the weight of a weary heart. I saw a shadow in the glass last night, a hollow man in a stranger's life. His eyes were mine but cold and dead, like all the lies I ever said. He whispered low, he grinned so wide, he wore my scars I tried to hide. I turned away but he stayed near, the ghost who wore my face was here. The halls where I once prayed, sat in the chair where my father stayed. He drank the whiskey, spoke my name, but every word was soaked in shame. I begged the mirror, give him back the man who knew the righteous track. But silence cut and I embraced the ghost who wore my face. It ain't the dead that haunt me most, it's the living turn. He sits beside me in my truck at night, points down roads that never feel right. He laughs when I try to change my ways, says you'll die the same, the mirror stays. But I've got fire the grave can't steal, a stubborn heart that still can't heal. And though he lingers, I'll replace the ghost who wore my face. It ain't the dead that haunt me most, it's the living turn to ghost. The ghost who wore my face, he never sleeps, he keeps the secrets my soul keeps. Every wrong, every sin, every fall from grace lives in the ghost who wore my face. I can't outrun, I can't erase the ghost who wore my face. If the dawn still gives me breath, I'll fight this ghost with what I've left. A man ain't doomed to stay misplaced, I'll bury the ghost who wore my face. The ghost who wore my face, he fades with time as I reclaim what once was mine. The Lies may scar, but they won't replace the man behind the ghost who wore my face. Through blood and bone, through loss and grace, I'll kill the ghost who wore my face. Written words I'll never send to ghosts that time refused to mend. Each page a prayer, each line a tear for all I lost that once was near. I fold them slow, I let them go to the wind that still remembers, though she used to laugh when I'd pretend that love could write where letters end. Some for my father, some for my sins, some for the love I lost within. The wind don't judge, it just replies through rustling leaves and quiet skies. It carries truth I can't defend in letters written to the wind. I can't speak to the past, but it speaks to me in whispers carved from memory. To the wind, my soul laid bare, I send my heart, not knowing where. Through storm and dust, through fire and sand, I write what should have been. Every word's a wound, every line a friend, carried away in letters to the wind. Some nights I swear I hear her name. A willow can't contain, the paper trembles, the ink bleeds slow, as if the wind itself might know. It's strange how silence starts to heal when truth's the only thing that's real. So I keep writing though there's no wind, to letters lost upon the wind. I can't speak to the past, but it speaks to me in whispers carved from memory. Letters to the wind, my soul laid bare, I send my heart, not knowing where. best I can. And if the wind keeps them instead, then let it read what I never said. Letters to the wind still drifting wide between the heavens and my pride. They'll find their way beyond the end, those letters written to the wind. And when I'm gone, let them defend the man I was until the end. Rain came down like a broken vow. Stood alone where I stand now. Her name carved deep in marble stone, but it's my heart that's turned to bone. Lightning flashed, the heavens cried. I swore I saw her by my side. The wind said things I couldn't save, whispered through the storm on her grave. Her favorite rose lay torn apart, the petals red like a bleeding heart. I knelt where love and loss collide and begged the Lord to trade our sides. Thunder rolled through fields of gray. It felt like God had turned away, but in that roar her spirit gave a song within the storm on her grave. Don't cleanse, it only shows where broken men still plant their woes. There's a storm on her grave and fire in the sky. I curse my breath, but I can't deny. Love like hers don't fade or save. It lives forever in the storm on her grave. I hear her voice in the thunder's cry, telling me live, don't let me die. The candles drown, the soul turned red. The storm sang hymns, the angels said. I laid my jacket on the ground where echoes of her laugh still sound. Her ring still shines through mud and pain, a memory that won't wash away. She's gone, but I am still her slave, bound forever to the storm on her grave. The rain don't cleanse, it only shows where broken men still plant their woes. There's a storm on her grave and fire in the sky. I curse my breath, but I can't deny. Love like hers don't fade or save. It lives forever in the storm on her grave. I hear her voice in the thunder's cry, telling me live, don't let me die. afraid. The love we made won't ever fade. Let the thunder roll, let the heavens brave. She still breathes within the storm on her grave. And if I die where her name is laid, may the storm remember the vow we made. There are nails in the front porch holding more than wood. They're keeping time the only way they could. My father drove them when I was 10. Said, boy, this house will stand till the end. Now the paint is chipped, the boards are gray, but those nails still hold what words can't say. Each one hums a memory's tune, a midnight laughs and Sunday noons. Mama hung her dreams on that old rail. Her prayers still echo when the light turns pale. The wind still hums through cracks and grain, like ghosts of love that learned from pain. I sit and rock where they once sat, same wood beneath my weathered hat. And every creak beneath my shoes reminds me what I've lived to lose. You can't rebuild what's made of soul, you just keep patching what time stole. Nails in the front porch, holding it all, the rise, the fall, the years so small. Every hammer sound, every scar and stain tells a story that still remains. You can tear down walls, but you'll still recall the nails in the front porch, holding it all. There's a den where my brother carved his name, and a rusted hinge that squeaks the same. The porch light hums, the screen door swings, carrying the weight of forgotten things. I see her shadow, my mother's smile. I hear my father's voice for a while. And though the years have cracked these boards, they hold the echoes of our chords. You can't rebuild what's made of soul, you just keep patching what time stole. Nails in the front porch, holding it all, the rise, the fall, the years so small. Every hammer sound, every scar and stain tells a story that still remains. You can tear down walls, but you'll still recall the nails in the front porch, holding it all. Nails in the front porch, they'll still remain through sun and dust, through joy and pain. Every sound, each mark, each call, they're the heartbeat beneath it all. Let the porch grow old, let the rafters fall, but don't touch the nails, they've held it all. Hold Used to hum while they fixed the gate, whistle tunes that could bend the fate. But the years took his voice away, left him words he couldn't say. The guitar hangs by the fire's glow, strings all rusted, tuned to woe. The chords still dream beneath the dust, but his hands have lost their trust. He walks the yard where his kids once played, their laughter gone, their shadows stay. Every sound feels out of place, like time erased his saving grace. He stares at the stars he used to name, but now they flicker without flame. And all that's left where light belongs is the man who forgot his song. The melody fades, but the heart still knows. The river runs where memory flows. He's the man who forgot his song, but his soul hums all night long. Through the cracks of time, through the ache and wrong, he's still the man who forgot his song. The tune's still there, just faint and gone. A whisper where his heart's home. He keeps an old hat on the wall, the one she bought before the fall. He wears it sometimes just to feel like something in this life is real. He can't recall the vows they said, but he remembers how her tears were shed. Love don't die, it just moves on and waits for those who lost their song. The melody fades, but the heart still knows. The river runs where memory flows. He's the man who forgot his song, but his soul hums all night long. Through the cracks of time, through the ache and wrong, he's still the man who forgot his song. The tune's still there, just faint and gone. A whisper where his heart's hung on. And when the dawn begins to rise, he hums a note, then closes his eyes. It's faint, it's small, but it's his again. A melody that forgives the pain. He's the man who forgot his song, but the music lived there all along. And though his voice may fade away, the song inside still finds its way through heaven's halls, both weak and strong. He's the man who found his song. They tried to break the flame inside, but it burned beneath the ash and pride. Every scar became a spark, every loss lit up the dark. He walked through storms, through graves and years, through whiskey nights and salted tears. And though the cold had marked his face, there still was light that time couldn't erase. He buried dreams beneath the dust, watched love decay and turn to rust. But when the wind called out his name, he rose again through smoke and flame. The past still whispers you should fight. fall. But the man stands taller than it all, for pain may steal what hearts rely, but not the fire that wouldn't die. You can't drown what was born to burn. Even ashes know how to return. There's a fire that wouldn't die, through the storms beneath the sky. Every heartbreak, every cry, fed the flame that learned to rise. And when the world said its goodbye, he became the fire that wouldn't die. He lost his love, he lost his youth. He faced the mirror and found the truth. The eyes that stared were tight and warm, but still they gleamed with something warm. He whispered low, I ain't through yet. Life's not done with this old regret. He took his pain and set it high, a torch for souls too scared to try. You can't drown what was born to burn. Even ashes know how to return. There's a fire that wouldn't die, through the storms beneath the sky. Every heartbreak, every cry, fed the flame that learned to rise. And when the world said its goodbye, he became the fire that wouldn't die. And maybe that's what living means, to walk through hell and chase your dreams, to lose it all and still defy the fate that tells you not to try. For somewhere deep where hope runs dry, still burns the fire that wouldn't die. There's a fire that wouldn't die, even time can't say goodbye. Through the years, through pains disguised, the flame survives, it still replies. And when his story lights the sky, they'll remember